Hello, welcome back to Hidden Gems. My name is Arden Thomas. I'm the Syncom Small Talk Product Manager. Hidden Gems is where we show you capabilities of the product that you may not be aware of, but we think you will benefit from. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please send them to myself, Arden Thomas, at athomas@syncom.com. So today's Hidden Gems screencast is going to be about enhancing the domain master. We'll show you how to add some simplified event notification for making changes in the application. So to start out with, what is the domain master? Well, the domain master is for building applications. It allows you to swap in domains easily and have everything update automatically. We can also put helpful utilities and other things there to essentially simplify and minimize the amount of code that you write. And this allows you to get more done with very well tested code, and that gives us better productivity, fewer bugs, and much lower maintenance costs. So it's truly a win-win-win if you do this right, and the larger scale you use it at, the more you'll benefit from it. So it's something that can be tremendously useful. So let's get started. Today we're going to use an example of a to-do item and a to-do app. So let's create. Remember what Domain Master does. Let's create a couple of different domains, and we're going to open that up. And here we've got the domain, the first domain, to-do. And we can swap that by saying value : or we can say domain : let's say to-do2, and that shows up right here. We can go back to the original domain just by sending it that. Everything automatically updates. Also notice that we can say the app gets this when we open it. That's part of Domain Master also. And there's some variations. If your primary thing is your domain is the item selected in a list, there's a domain list master. But today we're going to enhance Domain Master to get updates in this application when something in the domain changes that we want to react to, and we want to make it simple and easy and minimal code. So let's take a look at that. Okay, we're going to look at the code changes that we made to Domain Master. So we want the application to react to changes in the domain. So what do we need to do? Well, when we initialize it, we want to basically become dependent on that domain. We can do that by first adding the application as a dependent on the domain holder. That means the application is notified when the domain changes, which we want to do. Okay. The next piece is, okay, when that domain changes, we want to become dependent on that domain. Now, this is where this is probably the trickiest code here, but if you think about it, when we add dependent, we also need to remove dependents when we're done. So when the domain changes, we need to remove dependency from the old domain and add dependency to the new domain. Now, when the dependency is changed, the old domain is gone. We've lost a handle to that. So we're adding old domain as something, and if the old domain is not nil, we remove our dependency. Then we set our old domain to the new domain, and we add a dependency on that. So this is what is happening right here, and that manages just what I told you. It removes dependency when we change from the old one and adds dependency to the new one, and this allows it. This allows us to react to changes in the current domain. Now, what else? If we add dependency, we remove dependency. So remember, when the application closes, we want to remove our dependency from the domain holder, and from the domain. So we have those two things right here. So those are essentially the changes. Now, what else? Well, once our domain changes, so we're gonna look at changes in the category of the to-do item. We have name, due date, and category. And here's a standard that I would suggest. You put in, when it changes, self-changed, category changed. And you can put in different things here, but you'll see why in a moment that this is a sensible name. So when this changes, we'll say we've changed, and what our code allows our app to do is essentially implement a category changed method that will automatically be run. So here's the category changed method, and I'm going to delay. I had a self-halt for some testing. Let's remove that. I'm going to wait 1/10 of a second, and then I'm going to wink. What is wink? I'm going to wink twice. Well, wink, let's check that out. Let's browse that. And wink says, give me the widget at this widget ID. If it's nil, we do nothing. And then we're going to flash. So this will essentially flash or wink twice. And this is a new piece of code that has also been added to the DomainMaster as a widget utility. So what does that look like? Let's check it out. Let's go back to our running app right here, and I changed the category to work, and it winks twice. Let's change it to home. It winks twice, so it flashes a couple times. I just put that there. We're going to do more interesting things with that and this application later, but I wanted to first add this mechanism to DomainMaster, and second, demonstrate that. So let's recap. We discussed what DomainMaster is and what the benefits are. It gives us better productivity, fewer bugs, and lower maintenance costs by allowing you to reuse well-tested code and minimize the amount of code that you write. So that's DomainMaster. We showed you an example domain, a to-do item, which basically just has name, category, and a due date, and a simple app, the to-do app. And we showed you what the essence of DomainMaster is, allowing you to swap domains easily with a minimal protocol and updating everything. And then we enhanced the DomainMaster. We showed you the exact methods so that the application becomes dependent, and we can use another standard by having category, a change, and then a symbol, which then calls that symbol name as a method in our application automatically to react to a change in our domain. And we tested that out. So it is a simple and easy way to react to changes in your domain, and we will do much more with that later on. So that concludes our Hidden Gem screencast, a DomainMaster enhancement. Again, any questions, comments, suggestions, please send them to Arden Thomas at syncom.com. Until next time, have a great time with Syncom Small Talk. Thank you.